we were talking about gas caps and how to test them. In order to know how to test them, it would be a good idea if we knew what was inside here. I mean, just looking at the gas cap, it's hard to see what it's all about. So I have one here, the exact same gas cap as this, that I've taken apart. Alright? So the first thing is, I've taken the center out of the gas cap here. Right? So we have this spacer here, simply a spacer with 5 holes in it. And on top of that spacer rides this spring. A wimpy little spring, not very powerful. You can see how that fits into it. And on top of that rides this white plastic disc, right? This disc rides in there, right? And what happens is when the gas cap's on the tank, if a vacuum builds up in there, pulls that white disc against that spring, right? Relieves the vacuum, right? The atmospheric pressure from outside pushes the white disc down, bypasses the white disc, fills the tank, and then the spring can push the disc back up. But this white disc is also very interesting in and of itself, right? It also has a second valve in here. There's another. See that little black valve in there? Right? That black valve is a pressure relief valve. Right? If you look at it, you can see that move. So the gas tank's on this side, atmospheric pressure's on that side, right up here. If the pressure in the tank rises, it'll push that off the seat, right, and vents the gas tank, right, to the atmosphere. So there's a double-way check valve. Too much pressure builds up, it vents. If too much vacuum builds up, it vents. Right, and that sits on top of there. Right, now we have, this is, I'll say, the actual gas cap itself. Just has a simple hole there. And notice the O-ring, right, goes up in there, and it seals that hole, right? And that's how the valving works. Right, now, the gas cap itself fits in the gas cap cover, right? We know how the gas cap cover has a ratchet built into it. So we can tighten up to a certain point, then it makes the clicking noise, right? The ratcheting noise. Right? And that's a product of these. You can see the grooves here. Like on a ratchet, you can see the grooves there. And see these teeth here. These are spring-loaded teeth. These paws, they're called. Right? And when you get to a certain point, the black part stops turning and the yellow part turns and makes the ratcheting noise, the clickety-clickety noise. Then, of course, there's just this simple yellow ring that fits in there and locks everything together. And since it's plastic, it all just snaps together, right? The black piece goes in there. That ring holds it tight, right? Then we get our little white piece in there, right? And the spring and the other cap goes in, and it all snaps together. And when it snaps together, it looks just like this, right? And we can turn it and we can make it snap, right? And that's how it works. There's simply a valve in there, double acting valve, actually 2 valves built together, right? One to release the pressure, one to relieve the vacuum. And that's all there is.